Hello, everybody. Welcome to Silicon Valley Health Institute, formerly known as Smart Life Forum. I'm Robert Minkemiller. I've been a nutritionist for 28 years and am passionate about health. Been coming to Smart Life Forum, now Silicon Valley Health Institute, for probably the last 20 years. Been on the board for the last 5. Any first-time visitors? Yay. Welcome, welcome. Hope to see you back again. We're here every third Thursday of the month with incredible speakers from all over the world. And if you haven't been to our website, we have several videos. We videotape our speakers, and they go on our website about a month after they speak. So there's just tons of great information and great speakers and great lectures on our website. We're a 501c3, so we're driven by your donations, and membership is $60 a year, $5 per lecture, or $10 at the door. So, and you know, we keep going because you guys help us, so appreciate your support. If you have cell phones, please silence your cell phones, and if you're concerned with EMF, like our president Susan here, then please turn them off. If you need to take an emergency call, please step outside the door so we don't interrupt the speakers in the flow of the lectures here. The location of the restrooms, we have a break roughly about 10 to 9 or so. The restrooms are down the hallway here. Take a left, and about 100 feet down, you'll see restrooms right there. So if you need some exercise, go to the restroom. Does anybody have any announcements? The other thing too is we usually have, go ahead. We usually have a mic that we can bring into the audience for questions, because the first 15 minutes is our forum, and we open the floor. We have several practitioners here, and hopefully we'll have an answer for any questions that you may have. But since we can't bring the mic into the audience, we'll ask you to come up, ask your question, and then return the mic back to the speaker here. So I'll try and moderate as best I can on that. So announcement? Yes. Here. The reason for this is that we record the audio, so we want really clean, good audio.
Okay. Dr. Justin Sonnenberg of Stanford, author of The Good Gut, is doing research on the rejuvenation of the aging microbiota and prebiotics. So if you'd like to volunteer for a study, they need 89 more people. They're going to be 90 in the entire study. It will be... Hey, we have enough people here in the audience. Basically, they'll be taking about 3 stool samples, and once a week you'll be drinking a little vial of fiber. And you will find they'll tell you the results at the end of the test. Which will be about 8 weeks. There's a test is actually 6 weeks, and then they'll do another stool sample at 8 weeks to be sure if there's a rapid drop off of the microbiota. Because the fiber is sort of like a little nest for the stuff to grow in, and works really well with rats. So we need a few people. The duration of the entire study is 8 weeks, and you will be given the results. You'll be given the results of your lab values, your blood pressure, glucose, cholesterol, cognitive analysis, and they'll actually tell you what's growing in your gut, and it's all over. So I have 10 flyers over here in case anyone's interested. Okay, phone number. The study coordinator is Diane Damas, 650-724-8310. And her email is ddemis@stanford.edu.
What's the name of the study?
RAMP, Rejuvenation of the Aging Microbiota with Prebiotics. It's a synthetic. Okay. She wants to know the type of fiber. It's a synthetic fiber. It's non-digestible. don't have the exact name of the fiber on there, but it won't kill you. Yeah. Okay, thank you very much. Yeah.
Okay, we're looking for a membership chair, a person that will sit at the front and manage all of our memberships. And so there's a little bit of a commitment as far as managing the memberships, but it's not much, right? Yeah, so pretty simple to do. So we could really use your help if you're interested. And, you know, you'll always be able to enjoy our great lectures. There's another announcement too. Oh, and we're also looking for one more board member too. So if you have some expertise around the health or with 501c3s as far as raising money or helping us in that regard, we'd love to speak with you. So talk to Susan or myself, and we'll look forward to working with you, hopefully. So at the beginning of the forum here, we open up the floor for questions. Does anybody have a question? So if you can come up here to the front, that would be great.
Okay, the blood sugar tester that I've been using, they've stopped making it. So I need to change, and I'm wondering if anyone has a good recommendation because some of them are better than others, and if you have any recommendations, please let me know.
Come up, please. So one recommendation I have, but it's not out yet, is a company called Sano, S-A-N-O. There might be an S on there as well. They're working on a patch technology that'll measure blood sugar 24/7 on an app, and I can't wait till it comes out.
There's one called a Keto Mojo that a lot of people I know are using because the strips are cheaper. And I use the Precision Extra, but the strips are like $1 each. But people have converted to the Keto Mojo because the strips are a little cheaper.
Okay, any other suggestions or more questions? Now's your chance. Come on up, Randy.
So on that subject, I just recently went to the doctor, had my blood glucose tested, and I tend to cheat, so in the morning I take my own measurement, and then I go to the doctor, and I get a measurement. So the last time I did it, which was a week or two ago, it was like 92 or something. Not great, but low enough. And then when I went to the doctor, it was like 102. That's what they measured. So the points to the test that the equipment's either inaccurate or something happened between when I took my own test and when I got to the doctor that raised my blood sugar. So as kind of a suggestion, I'd be interested if people who have meters and you go get your blood tested to take your meter with you when you go to the to get your blood drawn, and then immediately test your blood at the same time. And then when the result comes back, see what the difference is. Because some of these meters seem to be maybe 10% off. They could be 20% off. It'd be really interesting to gather that kind of data. And it's just kind of an ad hoc request. But if you do that, maybe come back here and say, hey, I measured my test, and this particular one was dead on, or this one was 20% off, or whatever. Another approach to that, just to really short, would be to just measure twice. But then I know people don't want to burn those. It's a little bit of money every time. But you can measure twice to see if what's the difference between two immediately different measurements or two different sticks, and that's useful too. But so come back and report if you're so inclined.
I'd be curious, did anybody see the 2020 thing on Theranos? How many people saw that? Just curious. Just a few, huh? Yeah, I heard today that there's a documentary on it on HBO. So, you know, this kind of points to Randy's point that, you know, this company was developing a technology on a single drop of blood. And unfortunately, the numbers and the technology that they were using, I think to some degree was non-existent. And I actually almost went to a Walgreens in Palo Alto, I think, when they first got Walgreens on board to try and have the testing done, but I never had any of it done. But it's really a sad statement on, you know, the, you know, importance of having good and accurate testing. And, you know, unfortunately, labs do vary in their testing, so it's important to kind of have a good idea of, you know, what good tests are and what companies to use as well. So something to keep in mind. I'm very into the home testing technology that's coming out right now. I'm working with a company, but they keep waiting for their FDA approval. It's called DynoSense. And I had the VP here of biz development did a little demonstration, but this device will measure like 33 health metrics in less than a second. And it's phenomenal to have in your arsenal of things, you know, just to keep, you know, look on what's happening and how are things changing in the body. So, you know, I think it's really great to have some feedback as far as, you know, what changes are taking place in your body and, you know, how can you make adjustments or choices that then can be seen as making advancements in your health. So something to keep in mind. Any other questions? No? I'm curious a little bit. Oh, come on up.
I just did a quick look, and Consumers Report does an evaluation on the meters for blood tests. So you might want to check that out. Oh, consumerreports.org is the website, and they put out a monthly magazine, but if you go to the website, you get the latest reports.
Actually, did you see one that was highly rated that you can tell us about there?
I just wanted to check that they do have it on their website. I didn't go further than that.
Okay, great. That's a good way to, you know, look at it. There's also consumer labs too. They do testing on vitamins to see how much of what the manufacturer says is in there is actually in there, because that can be a bit of a problem, as well as absorption and other factors in selecting vitamin supplements. So, all right, with no more questions, we'll go ahead and introduce our first speaker here.